Hey guys, it's Damien.
And I'm Kenady.
And thank you so much for joining us. Now today we're talking about the gift of singleness. And I mentioned this in my book, #completely single. God gave me a revelation about it. And this is out of 1 Corinthians 7:7. And it says, "But I wish everyone were single, just as I am." And this is Paul speaking. "Yet each person has a special gift from God of one kind or another." And Paul is specifically talking about a gift of time that we have to serve the Lord. And so, Kenady, won't you start?
So the first thing we want to talk about is the time that you have with God as a single. And we want to preface this like we're not saying don't desire marriage or anything like that, but enjoy the season that God has you in. And so this one thing that a gift in singleness is your time with God. You have undivided attention with Him that you can spend devoted to Him, seeking Him, enjoying His communion and His time together, fellowshipping with Him. We have to understand if we don't enjoy time with God, we're really never going to enjoy time by ourselves or even with other people. And so we have to learn to enjoy the time with God. And in this season, as Paul mentions later in this chapter 7 of 1 Corinthians, he talks about in singleness, you have undivided attention to please God.
Wow.
Where in marriage, your time is divided between your spouse and kids, but during singleness, you have undivided time with God. And so don't dismiss that because it is truly a gift.
The second thing we have is time with ourselves. I have a question for you. What is your assignment? Another way to say this is, what is your why, or why did God place you on the earth? When me and Kenady were single, one of the things that we had to learn is time with ourselves meant time learning who God made us to be, our purpose, our skills, our abilities, things that God wanted to highlight in our lives. One thing that we know is if we don't understand why we're here on this earth, we might become lazy, right? We might shrink back. We might just exist. The second thing is, it is on the other extreme, we might become self-ambitious. We might just do a lot of stuff. And you see these people, and I probably was doing this back in the day, is just posting like, I'm doing this, I'm buying this, I bought this car. And it's so ambitious because you really don't know what God has called you to be. And the last one is the saddest one, is you end up in sin. Like you end up living a wicked life. One of the things that we know is that when we understand our purpose in life, we seek accountability so we won't be doing those things. We start establishing the boundaries in our life, and then we accept God's vision for our lives as well. Why? Because when we do this, we're saying that we don't need to do what everybody else is doing. I don't need to do what you're doing because I understand what God has called me to be. I'm more comfortable in my skin. I can go to the movies by myself. I can go out to eat by myself. I can get some ice cream by myself because I'm comfortable. Now I'm not isolated at all. I'm just comfortable of who I am. You see, if you truly don't love yourself or have a vision of loving yourself, you can't love God or spend time with God appropriately, and you cannot love others.
That's so good. And so the first thing is your time with God. The second one is your time with yourself. And the third one is time with others, that we can serve one another. We can love one another and even have that free time to go hang out whenever they call you. Hey, you want to go grab something to eat? All these things. In marriage, that's not the case all the time.
Yeah.
You have to check with your spouse. Is it okay? Looking at the schedule and things like that. But the main thing is you can enjoy other people and not needing to fill a void because you've had that time with God. You've had that time with yourself, and you can serve other people without trying to get something from them, being clingy and looking to them to be your source and just of strength and community. And so we want to make sure that we understand this gift of singleness. Don't waste your time. Yes, it is good to, if you have that desire for marriage, give that to God. That is great. But don't sit here thinking that you're just in prison because God has you in that season. Enjoy the time with God, enjoy time with others, and with yourself.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to check out my book, #completely single, it will be in the description below. It's on Amazon. as well. If you want to watch another video on singleness, you can watch it right here. Again, my name is Damien Nash.
And I'm Kenady Nash.
And we'll talk to you next time. Bye. Gift of Singleness.